Digital Data Protection Bill amidst protests from opposition through a voice vote. Now, the bill gives the union government immunity from legal action and powers to exempt any entities from the provisions. The bill will be sent for the President's approval. Ashmit joins us now with the contours of the bill. It went through Lok Sabha today, been cleared by the Rajya Sabha, Ashmit, and this despite the fact that many have raised concerns about some specific clauses of the Data Protection and Privacy Bill.
Well, 6 years after the top court declared privacy to be a fundamental right, we're one step closer to a data protection framework. The DPDP, or the Data Protection Bill, has been ratified by both houses of the Parliament, has crossed the penultimate step, and therefore one step closer. In terms of what it entails, well, there are detailed obligations that are there for companies collecting data, which is to seek consent, which is to inform users in case of a breach. There are detailed rights and responsibilities of data users themselves. There are relaxations that have been introduced for transfer of data from one country to the other. The government will be giving a negative list of countries where data cannot be transferred. Everything else is kosher. There are relaxations in terms of age gating, relaxations for startups. There is also room for exemptions to the government. Now, while many of these aspects have been welcomed, there will also be a data protection board. While many of these aspects have been welcomed, there are also some concerns that have been raised. Concerns such as dilution of the RTI Act, dilution of the IT Act, whereby the clause that allowed for users to claim compensation has been removed. There are also those who have raised concerns about how the centre has given itself the power to block access to entire platforms. And then on the federal front, there are those who raise questions that there is no room provided for the states to be involved, to be a part of the rule-making process. And all of these issues, these anomalies, these rights activists point out, could lead to a constitutional challenge before the top court of the country. But that, of course, will only happen once the bill turns into an act. For that to happen, the President will now have to grant the assent. And once that happens, once the bill is notified, it then becomes effective as an act.
Ashmit, many thanks for joining us. Well, India now does have a data protection and privacy law. India's top auditor has flagged